Today we have Jennifer Singer on with us. How you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Wow. So I love to jump right in to the interviews. First question I want to ask you, where are you from?
Well, I grew up here. I was born in Texas, Killeen, Texas.
Who?
Killeen.
Killeen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then pretty much raised here. Moved around a bunch, military father, and then my mom supported us. So, yep, single mom life.
Got you. Killeen, Texas. So how was that like growing up?
From my memories, I was little.
Okay.
So I think that, the last thing I remember is like tornadoes. Wiping
Tornadoes?
everything out. Like that was kind of like the life there. It's different now, I think. But
So you talk about tornadoes. So did y'all have like a basement you had to go down?
Oh no, we were in like the houses there at the time were like trailer park style houses. So, when a tornado hits, it wipes everything out. There isn't any basements.
So they came like every year or?
Yes.
Wow, so y'all had to move a lot then.
Yep. But my father was military at the time. So we kind of moved with him at first, which is how we ended up in Texas in the first place. When I was born. And
Got you. So that wasn't a permanent location,
No.
but being there, y'all saw a lot of tornadoes.
Exactly.
That is so deep, man. So as a little girl, did you have any aspirations growing up? I know you moved around a lot because your dad in the military, but did you have any goals yourself that you wanted to fulfill?
For the most part, I kind of had like I wanted to be an interior designer. At one point I wanted to be a cop. And then just kind of switched around a lot. Got into modeling a little bit. Never had like a fully set, I'm gonna stick with this kind of thing.
Got you.
I know my stepdad got us into softball, and I played like 18 years of softball. So that was a lot of fun. But I was never driven to be a professional softball player. My thing is the arts. I like helping people. I like going out and making people smile. That's kind of
I like that.
what I like to do at the end of the day.
We need more of that out here.
Yeah, we do. We really do, especially this day and age.
Are you an introvert or extrovert?
So I flip-flop. I'm back and forth. I have to recover sometimes. But part owner of this bar. Well, now I just took over, so I'm sole owner. I still have private investors.
Got you.
It is, definitely one of those things where you come in and you've got high spirits, and by the end of the day, you're like, I need to go home and sleep,
disconnect,
and then I need to like relax the next day, and then come back and do it again.
But I like that transparency because sometimes people will keep going and act like I'm good, but no, you need to disconnect. So I got you when you say you flip-flop. You could be around people, but hey, I need my time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good therapy too.
It is. It really is.
Time alone. Wow.
I mean, in this industry, you kind of get a little bit of everything. So you hear everybody else's problems in their lives, and you kind of, if you're like a sponge like me, you absorb it. I'm a very emotional person, so I'll cry for somebody behind the bar when I'm working behind the bar. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then afterwards, I'm like, let me get you another drink.
So you hearing these stories, you supposed to be working and you break it down.
But you kind of have to like mask it too, You have to like internalize it, and then when you're home, you're just like, I need to brush all this out. Yeah.
Got you. Wow. So what do you like to do outside of work? What's your outlet?
So I do like to paint. I have a motorcycle. I like to ride my motorcycle.
You ride bikes?
I do.
Wow.
I have a 650 Kawasaki Ninja.
Really?
I don't get out as much anymore. I just had a daughter 2 years ago, so she's kind of like consumed my outside life, and then the bar life consumes the rest of it. So I'm trying to find that happy balance.
Wow.
In this industry, it's hard.
Wow.
It really is. But yeah, so those are like my outlets. I did One of my favorite things to do is scuba diving. I haven't in like 2 years now, but I love the water. I love being in the water, and just, it's kind of like flying underwater, the freedom feeling.
Wow. So, you think you ever break away to ride your bike or do the things you want to do?
So yes, I just, I bought a new battery for my bike because, you know, with the bar and my daughter, it was garage kept and the battery died. So I just got a new battery and I'm like, all right, now I got to get new tires and then I'm going to get back on the road. So it's small steps.
Got you.
And then I married military, got divorced, went from Florida back to here. And in that time frame, I had to switch my driver's license. So I had to take the class again because some states, when you go from one to the other, you actually lose the M on your license. So I had to do that. And now I'm legal again, so I can ride and not have to worry about getting pulled over.
Wow. Wow. Growing up, do you, like, sometimes we feel like, I wish I could have did this better growing up. Do you have like any regrets in life that you wish you could go back and change?
Honestly, I like who I am today.
Okay.
I've been through so much, and I can't control everything. And that's like one of the hardest things that humans have to realize is we can't control everything. So even if I went back and tried to change this, something else would happen. So
I like that.
I wouldn't say I would change anything.
Yeah, you keep it the same.
I have to be thankful for what I have now.
I like that. I do. I really do. I really do. I think, sometimes we want to go back and change it, but like you said, it could be worse.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would. I've got a beautiful daughter now.
Wow. What's her name?
Gaia.
Shout out to Gaia. How old is she?
She is 2. Yeah. She's like a little green bean, just constantly growing.
Wow.
But smart as a whip. She doesn't go to daycare. We are blessed. We do have my parents and then my boyfriend's parents.
Right.
So she gets to go to both sides.
Both sides of the family.
Yeah, and she gets a mix of attitudes and a mix of learning, and the sass is great. And the best thing is when she comes up to me and she gives me a knock-knock joke, and we can do it right now. Knock-knock. Just entertain me. Go ahead. Knock-knock.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Chuck.
So for me, she would turn around and say, boo, and then I'm like, boo-hoo, and then she'll turn around and go in her cute little voice, don't cry for me. But yeah, so she's my blessing, and if I went in the past and tried to change something, I wouldn't want to mess that up,
Gotcha. Wow.
I've got 3 beautiful Italian Greyhounds. They're all special needs.
Okay.
I don't know how it landed that one. I think God was like, you know what? Here you go. You can handle this. So
you said Greyhounds, and they have special needs.
Yes.
How does that look? I've never heard that before.
They get medicine 3 times a day. 2 are epileptic. They have seizures. And then 1 has Addisonian disease. So it's 2 males and 1 female. I named them Isabella, Jack, and Stefano.
Isabella, Jack, and Stefano.
So they live this great life of meds and being the world's fastest couch potato. They run, they play, you wouldn't even know. You have no idea.
Wrong with them. I never heard a dog having special needs.
Yeah, so you could be sleeping in the middle of the night and Jack or Stefano, they'll start having a seizure. It could be caused from anything, chemical reaction. Maybe I mopped the floor or something, or I bought a new bottle of Clorox wipes and they changed the ingredients on it. So it could be something as simple as that, or their body just overheated. So there's no real answer as to why they're having the seizure. Anything could trigger it.
That's deep. Yep. Never heard that before. Wow.
And then I'm one of those suckers, so my dogs sleep in bed with us, and it's like
so you got 3 dogs in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So they're kicking, and when they have their seizures, like that's what wakes me up, and then I have to like hold them and make sure they don't get hurt or anything. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's the life, And then the Addisonian part of it, for Isabella. So that's, her glands aren't producing enough chemicals to keep her body going. So I have to take her in once a month to get a shot, and then every day she gets like Percortin or prednisone. And it's like easy. I just put it right in her dog food and then I give it to her. So it's really not that bad as it sounds. It's just a lot to keep up with. And then financially, you know, you got that too. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, you know.
Wow, keep you going. So what do you see yourself in the next 2 years like?
You know, I live day by day.
Got you.
I try to think about the future, but there's so much change. You know, with COVID hitting, everything that I had ever thought I'd have and become just kind of went out the window. And it's mostly, I want to say it's like survival, because every day, you know, is surviving, especially in the bar industry. It's like a stock market, you know, one day is great, next day is bad. So in 2 years, I'd hope that this place is doing great.
Take it a day at a time.
Yeah. And then I hope that my daughter is just blossoming in whatever she's becoming, you know, just growing in life, and the dogs are healthy and happy. So that's all I could really ask for. Got you.
So what are some of the like challenges you face? I know you said the economy in terms of being an entrepreneur, but what are some of the challenges that you face as an entrepreneur? You never know who's listening, who's aspiring to be an entrepreneur. So what are some of the challenges to look for?
Okay. So there are a lot of challenges. In this area, you have to understand that everybody has an opinion, and you can't take that to heart. If you sit there, even as on social media, reading and going through anybody negative, like, try to just ignore it, let it go. That's a challenge that I face almost every day. Everybody's like, well, if you did this, this would be better. And it's like,
you're right.
Well, sometimes it's great to hear and make those changes. Other times it's like, all right, this person's never happy. Like, you're never going to make everybody happy.
Absolutely.
And understanding that financially, there is so many challenges. Understanding the, you know, taxes and having a mentor to help you is a big plus. So if you can get a mentor, because it has been a challenge trying to, you know, run a bar. You've never ran a bar before. You kind of walk it in blind, and then you learn, well, I've got all these vendors and I've got all these distributors, and then you have taxes and the works, you know, and there is a lot. Then don't forget your utilities.
Right.
You know, so keeping track of that. I think the biggest thing for me is I had to sit there and create like an Excel file and do that kind of stuff. So trying to keep your eye on everything, and then you have to keep your eye on employees, because you get hit or miss. And right now I'm thankful I have a really great staff. But in the past I didn't. I mean, there's people stealing all the time. There's just drinking on the job, you know, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So those were challenges I had to face. And then, you know, the backlash when you fire them, you get a lot of that too, especially this day and age.
Social media.
And then they're like, oh, it did me dirty. And it's like, well, you were stealing, you were drinking on the job.
Tell that part.
Yeah. But I don't blast them. I just leave them on red, you know? That's all you really can do. Because if you keep going back and forth, it's not going to be helpful at all, you know?
Wow.
So trying to get over those challenges as well.
A lot of sacrifices you make as a boss. Yeah, sometimes you take less so other people can have as a boss. Yeah. Wow.
And then even as an entrepreneur, you're paying your employees, but are you paying yourself?
Absolutely.
So that's been a huge thing too, is making sure my employees are taken care of.
Right.
Even in the workplace, making sure they're happy. You know, something as little as a bar key, you know, maybe they just need more bar keys. Having the tools that they want. I would sacrifice my pay to make sure they had those tools, to make sure that everything is there for them to be successful. So if they're not successful, I'm not successful. So.
Wow. Yeah. What encouragement would you give somebody who, if they would have come to you and say, hey, I want to start this business, what should I do? What would you say to them? Think about it.
First things first, have a business plan. Write out a business plan. It's really important because you're going to have a lot of people that come to you who say they want to help and they don't. And if you listen to them, they'll steer you off of your business plan. Stick to your guns. You know, draw it out. This is what I want. This is how I want to help the community, and stick with it. Because if you constantly change, then people are going to be like, what is this person even doing? So that would be my best advice.
Wow. I appreciate this conversation with you. Like I always say, you never know who's listening to conversations and want to be an entrepreneur, or they're going through something in life, and listening to your voice, they find encouragement. So I believe everybody has a story, something to share that they've been through. So Jennifer Singer, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.